Well, get ready, guys. We're going to be talking about Judge Scott McAfee here in this video. He is the judge presiding over the Trump election interference case, but right now, all of the focus is actually on Fani Willis because pretty much she has been on trial for roughly, the last 2 weeks or so, I would say, to decide whether or not she will actually stay on this case because this woman is corrupt. She paid Nathan Wade, her lover, we all know it, she even admitted to it now, close to $700,000 to go after Trump with taxpayer money. But she was definitely getting kickbacks. I mean, Nathan Wade was taking her out on lavish vacations, and when she got into court, she was saying that, I paid him back. Oh, how did you pay him back? Oh, I paid him back in cash. Do you have any receipts for that? No, I just paid him back in cash. Something stinks, right? It definitely does stink. Now, Scott McAfee, almost 2 weeks ago, today's actually Tuesday, so Friday before last, he actually said that he would make a decision within 2 weeks on whether or not Fani Willis will remain on this case. So now, today, at the time of this recording, it's actually Tuesday. So Friday will be 2 weeks. We really haven't heard a peep from Scott McAfee on where he's actually leaning on this. However, he did break his silence, guys. He did break his silence, and we're going to be talking about that in this video, guys. So make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday. Just starts at $5 per month. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button, get access to the same thing. So here we go. Check this out on CNN. Georgia judge says he's on track to rule this week on whether to remove DA Fani Willis from Trump election case. Now, we also found out last week that he does have a primary challenger, and also Fani Willis does too. So there's definitely some politics surrounding this case too as well, because guys, think of this here. If Fani Willis is actually voted out, let's say that he actually leaves on this case, and she's voted out, he's also voted out, I don't think this case can actually go forward. Definitely not before the election. But I believe their primary is actually in May, if I'm not mistaken. But he says he's on track, man. So Fani Willis is going to get the news this week. Could be today, could be Wednesday, could be Thursday, could be Friday. But let's go ahead and read some of this here, guys, and then we'll kind of dissect on what he's actually saying. It says here, the presiding judge in former President Donald Trump's Georgia election subversion case says he is on track to order this week on whether to disqualify Fulton County DA Fani Willis. In an interview last week with WSB Radio in Atlanta to discuss the challenger he will face in his re-election bid, Fulton County Superior Judge Scott McAfee briefly spoke about Willis and his pending order on whether to remove her from prosecuting Trump and the remaining co-defendants. This is what he said right here, quote, I gave myself a deadline because I knew everyone wanted an answer. And I tell you that an order like this takes time to write. McAfee said in the interview, there's a lot that I have to go through. And so I've had, and again, I'll emphasize this, I've had a rough draft in an outline before I ever heard a rumor that someone wanted to run for this position. So the result is not going to change because of politics. Now, I believe we actually heard last week that he would actually have a primary challenger in addition to Fani Willis herself. And that actually came out, I believe, before Friday before last, actually after Friday before last, when he said that he would take roughly 2 weeks. So something's telling me, guys, actually I know for a fact, this guy's already made up his mind on what he's going to do. He is just now writing, I guess you can say, an opinion on this. And then we'll find out this week. This may not be good news for Fani Willis, because on that Friday of the hearing, he actually said that he may actually have a ruling that day. He didn't. So I guess he's trying to, what's the old saying? Dot the I's and cross the T's. But he goes on, he says, quote, "I am calling as best I can and the law as I understand it. So I still feel like I'm on track to having that done by the deadline that I put on myself," he said. McAfee told the court at the end of Willis's disqualification hearings that he would take at least 2 weeks to decide. Trump and others in the case are seeking to disqualify Willis after accusing her of financially benefiting by hiring her special prosecutor in the case, Nathan Wade, with whom she became romantically involved. And we know that it was actually the divorce attorney for Nathan Wade that really dropped all of this. If it wasn't for him, maybe nobody would actually say something. But all of a sudden, the divorce attorney now all of a sudden has amnesia. He looks very, very bad. I mean, he's lying, Nathan Wade lied, and also Fani Willis lied. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. And I think that more than likely she's going to get disqualified, man. I mean, everything that was said on the stand, already one witness has already said, yeah, this relationship started in 2019. Also, I believe in text messages, Nathan Wade's divorce attorney told Ashley Merchant that, yeah, this is going on before he was actually hired. But on the stand, oh no, he couldn't say that. However, there's actually more witnesses ready to come forward and really made Fani Willis look even worse. So I don't see how she can actually remain on this case. I don't. And once she's removed, her office is removed, then I don't believe any other what do they call it? Any other county is actually going to pick this up. I believe 2 of them already said, nah, we ain't gonna do this. We don't have the resources for this, because this is a whole bunch of money, guys. I mean, Fulton County, I believe, is the biggest county in Georgia. And you know that these other red counties in Georgia probably are not going to pick it up. So it's not going to happen, man. I mean, Georgia really is a red state, but for some reason, they got 2 Democrat senators. Yeah. And also we know that the Republicans in the Georgia legislature, they're just getting started on Fani Willis. Things are about to get really, really bad for her probably. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.